Panthers won last night to improve to 3-0, but the enthusiasm is most certainly curbed. Superstar running back Christian McCaffrey left the game early in the second quarter when he injured his hamstring, and you see it right there. You knew, right? When he hopped on it, you knew it was bad, done for the game, with questions about his future. C-Mac is a superstar, and McCaffrey was having a great year after being hurt last year. This stinks for the Panthers, and it stinks for the National Football League. McCaffrey, a fantastic running back and receiver out of the backfield. And the Panthers also lost first-round pick Jaycee Horn. He broke his foot. Remember, they drafted Horn 8th overall as the first defensive player selected in the draft. They picked him over Patrick Surtain, Micah Parsons, and Horn was playing brilliantly, and that is absolutely brutal. Now, the good news is the team is 3-0, and while the Horn injury is a huge blow, the defense has been strong, and my guy Sam Darnold is playing like the 2018 third overall pick. What a concept. Darnold is thriving away from the Jets, away from Adam Gase, with real coaching and talent around him, and obviously we first guessed this was predictable. I thought Sam Darnold played an A-plus game in the second half, leading the team, showing athleticism, showing off that arm, a brilliant rapport with DJ Moore. A win is a win is a win. I'm so happy for my guy Sam Darnold, but big picture, it feels like the negatives outweigh the positives for Carolina from last night. Sox, Yankees, late September, playoff implications, Fenway Park. How could you not be romantic about baseball? Boston is up 2 games on the Yankees for the top wild card spot, with the Yankees now up a game on the Jays after Toronto inexplicably lost the Twins last night. The opportunity is there for the Yankees, and they must take 2 out of 3. They better. Garrett Cole gets a start tonight, and he needs to pitch like the Cy Young favorite as opposed to the hot garbage he's given the Yankees over his last 3 starts. The Yankees absolutely have the pitching matchups in this series. And remember, they swept Boston at the beginning of their 13-game winning streak this summer, which officially feels like a lifetime ago. Now, Boston, give the Red Sox credit, saved face after falling apart in August with a September to remember. The numbers on your screen, staggering. Look at the difference between the Sox and the Yankees in the final month of the season. That, to me, is all about the difference between Aaron Boone and Alex Cora. The Yankees manager is inept. Cora is an absolute gem. The Yankees have much more talent than Boston. Yes, the Red Sox are streaking. Yes, Boston is at home. To me, it doesn't matter. The expectation is that the Yankees win this series or heads are going to roll. Now for Take Your Pick, an 8-8 week for me last week, which speaks volumes. I had some upset special winners. And look at Will Brinson. Are you kidding? 9-7. Really solid start for my guy Will Brinson to start the season. Both of us got a win last night with the Carolina Panthers winning and covering. All right, Will. Some unbelievable games on the Sunday schedule for week number 3 in the National Football League. Starting with the marquee matchup on CBS. Kansas City favored by 7 points, taking on the Chargers in Kansas City. Will Brinson, take your pick.
Well, you know, the new boss, same as the old boss, right? Brandon Staley in town. He's supposed to change things up. No more of the snafus and the one-score losses that Anthony Lynn was famous for. Or they're just the Chargers, and they're going to keep happening. But the nice thing about a one-score loss, Adam, is that you know it's going to be within 7 points. So, or should be anyway. I guess it could be 8. I'm going to take the Chargers here. I just think Justin Herbert, Austin Eckler, Keenan Allen going to get it going against a Chiefs defense that has not looked impressive. The Chargers might not win, but they'll score enough to stay within the number.
We're sharing a brain on this one, Will, and I do think Kansas City is going to win, but I'm taking the Chargers to cover. I think Justin Herbert, he deserves to be on the marquee with Patrick Mahomes. This is a heavyweight fight. Mahomes versus Herbert. You reference Eckler, Allen. These guys have great matchups. That Kansas City defense has now struggled in consecutive games. They were terrible in week 1. It just got sugar-coated by what transpired with Mahomes and the victory at the end. Kansas City wins. I love the Chargers getting 7. Great game in Cleveland. The Browns favored by 7.5 points over my guy Justin Fields and the Bears. Will Brinson, take your pick.
Yeah, the year is 2075. And a healthy Andy Dalton, still the starter for Chicago and Matt Nagy for some reason. Maybe Justin Fields can dispel that this week with a great performance against the Browns. I don't think this is an ideal matchup for him necessarily because Cleveland's defense is much improved over last year. But the Browns' offense is not a good matchup for what the Bears do on defense either. Their front is good. It'll slow down that run game of Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt to a degree. And if you want to attack the Bears, you really need to do it through the air. So I like Cleveland probably to win. But again, I think the Bears will keep it in the number, and we'll see some garbage time, RPO, using the legs to score stuff from Justin Fields if we need it to get that covered.
Give me the Bears with the points. We're on the same page here. Listen, Odell Beckham Jr. is going to play, and that's not a good thing. Seriously, I don't think Baker and Odell are on the same page, and I think that is going to help Chicago here. And I think that the Browns, they've been good but not great to start the season. They were kind of sleepwalking a little bit against Houston, and I just think Justin Fields has it. Look, they're going to be ups, they're going to be downs. He's a rookie, first ever start. He's a million times better than Andy Dalton. I never want to hear Andy Dalton's name. I don't want to see his face ever again, Will Brinson. Fields, a couple of big throws to Mooney, a couple of big throws to Robinson. I'm going to take Chicago with my guy Justin Fields with the points. Incredible afternoon game on Sunday with Tom Brady and the Buccaneers favored by a point on the road visiting the Rams in Los Angeles. Will Brinson, take your pick.
Oh, what a Sophie's choice here. I mean, there's no bigger Matthew Stafford stan on the planet than yours truly, and I think he's going to continue having a special season working with Sean McVay. But people need to realize what the Bucs are doing right now. Tom Brady is almost set the record for most touchdown passes. The NFL record, I think Patrick Mahomes has it at 10 in the first 2 weeks of the season, but 9. That's his career best. He's 44. He's playing in Tampa Bay for a totally different team. He's having the time of his life. They're doing the Tommy and Gronke show. They're laughing, they're chuckling, they're goofing off, and he's not going to top 498 yards because he's going to break that record on Belichick's face in 2 weeks. But they take care of business against the Rams. This Tampa Bay team is just rolling 30-plus points in 9 straight games, 3 off the record. They might break that and then some. Give me the Bucs big here.
Well, we're going to disagree on this one. I love the Rams. I think it's going to be a great game. I think it's going to be a close game, but I'll take the Rams by a touchdown. I think Matthew Stafford is going to light up that defensive backfield, which is nicked, and really the one area of weakness on an otherwise flawless team. I think Cooper Kupp's going to have a big game. Bob Wood's going to have a big game. And everything you just said about Tom Brady, he's on fire. You're absolutely right. But listen, Aaron Donald is going to put on a show. Jalen Ramsey's going to put on a show. This is why Sean McVay and Les Snead, why they made the trade. Matthew Stafford outduels Tom Brady. And I think the Rams are going to the Super Bowl. Take a look at the rest of our picks for this upcoming weekend in the National Football League. Will Brinson and I disagree on a few. I've got the Cardinals. Will Brinson has the Jags. We disagree on the Saints and the Patriots. We're sharing a brain. Going with the Titans. And, of course, the Denver Broncos are going to roll against Zach Wilson and the Jets. I've got the Bills. Will Brinson rolling with Washington. We're both taking the Falcons. I mean, can't pick Daniel Jones and the Giants. That number scares me, Will, with the Baltimore Ravens, so that might be a good one for you, but I'm going to roll with Lamar. We're both taking the Cincinnati Bengals. And in terms of Monday Night Football and Sunday Night Football, we have the Dallas Cowboys. I do. Will going with the Philadelphia Eagles. Will and I disagree on Sunday Night Football as well, and I'm rolling with the Raiders, and for some odd reason, Will Brinson taking the Miami Dolphins. As always, Will, thanks so much for joining us. Good luck this weekend. The winless Minnesota Vikings will get back on track Sunday against the Seahawks. I loathe that concept. Russell Wilson is going to destroy Minnesota. Absolutely light them up, which leads us brilliantly to our PNC Athlete Spotlight. Do you realize Russ has never lost in his career against the Minnesota Vikings? Chew on these nuggets of domination on your screen. And Russell Wilson and DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett and Carson on the ground, they are going to absolutely shred this work in progress Minnesota Vikings defense. And sure, Minnesota's coming off of a tough loss, missed kick, Arizona. Seattle is going to be so ornery. After what transpired last week, blowing that lead at home against Tennessee, I love the Seattle Seahawks and Russ to take care of business. To the AFC, speaking of the Titans, Loverload Derrick Henry will run all over the Indianapolis Colts on Sunday. I love it. In fact, I think like last week, Derrick Henry is going to lead the NFL in individual rushing. Derrick Henry is just that, the single best running back in the National Football League. He's not top 4, he's not one of the best. He's number 1. Look, Colts defense has dudes. There's no question about it. But you look at what Derrick Henry has done against this group, and Indianapolis is winless. Indianapolis has a murky quarterback situation. I think when Tennessee wins behind Derrick Henry, behind Ryan Tannehill, when they win behind that unbelievable combination with A.J. Brown and Julio Jones, I'm just telling you, next week on Time to Shine, we're going to call it. We're going to declare the Tennessee Titans, when they win this game convincingly, your AFC South champs for 2021. This will turn out to be the division clincher, and it's all going to be because of my guy, Derrick Henry. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, and don't forget to hit the bell for more videos.